I've spoken to this group several times, and it's always intimidating because I'm always the first man to speak for the class. When we came to Hunter, it was a time of change, literally. Our big sibs were all women, seniors, and we also had 10th grade boys as big sibs. And I have a few prepared remarks. As the first class to both begin and end our Hunter careers here at 94th and Park, welcome to our building. We feel, and as we all do, that Hunter is really the crown jewel of New York's public education system. And the class of '83 cherishes the fact that we were fortunate enough to pass that test and be able to join and become part of this really unique community of learners for 6 of the most formative years of our life. Our Hunter was a marvelous place, and it was a refuge for many, as it was for many of you. Even as the city around us seemed sometimes like it was coming apart at the seams. When we entered in 1977, it was the year that Star Wars was released, and so was Saturday Night Fever. The first Apple computer went on sale, and the King Tut exhibit came to the Met, and you had to go stand in line for hours to get your 4 free tickets, and some people sold those to other people and got lots of nice ice cream out of it. Jimmy Carter was president. Disco and mainstream rock were beginning to be eclipsed by punk and funk, and right before we started at Hunter, it was the great blackout of the summer of '77, and with it we were all hit with the outlash of violence and anger and fear and anguish that we saw in our neighborhoods and read about in the Post and the news and saw on TV. The Bronx was burning, they said, as we began our Hunter careers. And New York itself was full of mystery and promise and threat to the 260-odd number of us, and there's an emphasis on odd there, who came together from all 5 boroughs to become the class of '83. Our time here saw huge changes in ourselves and in our city. We grew physically, emotionally, and intellectually. I didn't grow that much physically. And we really grew together as a class. We witnessed the birth of Reaganism and hip-hop and the death of John Lennon. Star Wars, the movie, became Star Wars, the Strategic Defense Initiative. Do we remember that? We saw Grenada invaded, and we also witnessed that the height of cool moved from flannel shirts and tie-dyes to ripped jeans and leather jackets with safety pins. And then we lived through the birth of preppiness and really significant shoulder pads. It was a confusing time in many respects. Our class came to be characterized, like so many others, by the closeness of the relationships that we made and the great friendships that we spawned. We had so many great teachers, people like Jane Lewis, Irving Kisner, Francine Salzman, Jack McNeil, and many others. And we had some not-so-great teachers, too. But all in all, this was a remarkable place and a remarkable experience. Our teachers and our schoolmates challenged us to back up our opinions, and I think most importantly, to respect the arguments and opinions of others. We all felt lucky to be here, and our friendships are lasting a lifetime. After 35 years, our class has made its mark. We're teachers, we're scientists, researchers, lawyers, doctors, fathers and mothers, leaders of nonprofits, business people, homemakers, authors and artists, and we're many other things as well. I'm proudest to say that we're good people, and that's what Hunter is about, making good people. We are now caring adults, and we give back to our communities in many different ways. We all acknowledge that we owe a great debt to this school for bringing us together and inspiring us to be the people we are today and who will still become. The class of '83 is happy to give back generously to Hunter and happy to support efforts that will continue to maintain our school as the crown jewel in our city's public education system. Thank you.